It's pretty fucking bad.
It's pretty bad, dude.
Size attacking it for like the Tolkien side of it. I'm attacking it for like the gameplay side of it.
And
Um,
neither are great. Both have major glaring issues.
yeah. Yeah, it's how they. I remember that's how they used to do the '60s Batman show. They'd have them like they'd film it at an angle, and it'd be Burt Ward and Adam West like going
Oh, it's such
with
a
their
good
rope
show.
climbing up the building. It was yeah. Why am I like this now though? How do I fix this?
Art, nobody likes Gollum's wig era, okay? They gave him a fucking bowl cut. Oh, they did him so dirty, Maddie. Like, what? Are we gonna jump on the birds?
Can we get some shout outs for Ark, please? Ark, I've seen you play. Was it Shadow of Mordor? Was it that one?
Shadow of Mordor is good.
Yeah, it looked so good watching you play that.
Yes, I will eat that cream-filled cake. Who doesn't want a nice, moist, cream-filled cake?
Everything about this.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rubberneckers here today, Ark. It's like they want to look. They're all looking at the car crash, you know.
Yeah.
Let me know if the game volume's okay, by the way.
I also like that you can see like the space between his actual skull and eye a lot of the times. Like, I don't know if that's meant to be like the red, but it's just every time. The more I look, the more I see, the more it hurts. Because it's like if you look at the top of his head where the hair is put in, like he's meant to have little wisps of hair. And it looks like he got a hair transplant and it was botched.
Yeah. He's got hair plugs, you know.
Yeah, Maddie, 100%. Lord of the Rings has potential to have some of the greatest fucking video games, and we get this.
Right, so
Yeah,
yeah,
we did
this is
lot
a
of
stealth
weird audio
mission.
things before stream. Oh,
Quiet.
good.
Stay mustn't lose them.
I'm really struggling too with like,
What about the
it's not just the fact that
forget birds?
Gollum looks like he had his face bashed into a wall and then put back together by a blind doctor, but the orcs,
Stay close to them, precious.
guys, the orcs are purple.
It's a waste of trouble.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe they're just suffocating
Maybe.
slowly.
Yeah.
And why do they walk like that? Why do they walk all hunched over when they're like, what was that?
Thank you, Buster. I appreciate that. Yeah, the thing as well, Ark, is like I saw obviously I put 2 reviews for this in the Discord. One gave it a 0 out of 10. One gave it a 4 out of 10. One was basically calling it a disgrace and like it was like damaging to the medium of gaming, not just like a bad game. But they showed some pre-alpha footage of what Gollum looked like compared to what the release looked like. How does the pre-alpha Gollum face look better than the released Gollum face? Like since the beginning of development for this game, that we've had like the pandemic has that happened and stuff. But they were given an extra year from 2022 to 2023 to work on this even more. And how do you regress? That's the thing. Forspoken had the exact same issues where you saw a trailer that came out like 3 years before release. And the world was vibrant and it was full of trees and it was like occupied, you know. And when it came out, the world was just barren. There were like these massive areas where nothing. It didn't have any people in it. It didn't have any like plants. It didn't have any buildings. How do you regress? Was the budget cut in both of these games? Are they trying to do like tax write-offs by like taking assets out of a game?
It almost feels like they literally took the best portion of the game that they created and showed it to everybody like, look what we made. It's up, but it was literally like the only good 5 minutes of game that they could actually create, and then the rest of it just went to shit, and they were like, just put it out.
Like, you can believe that people would do that 6 months before release because it's pre-orders. You get the pre-orders in, you get people hyped. But when you do it 3 years before release, you're just...
Yeah.
You're setting yourself up with the biggest possible fall because people get so hyped and they're following the progress. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this game.
Yeah, they just... Again, if you're going to delay your product coming out, and then
Why
you're
are there torture marks on your hand?
I don't know if they just didn't think it through. I don't know if they thought what they had was. I don't know. I would love to have an interview with the people who were on this project because I would love to hear their perspective on it.
Yeah, they've released a tweet that basically said, "Look, I'm paraphrasing, but I think it was something like, we hold ourselves to high standards, and we've taken all your criticism on board, and there will be patches. There aren't enough patches in the world for this.
No,
Like,
this would
you have to have
be a
some
complete remake.
self-respect as a creative person to say,
Yeah.
it's not ready. You know, I know there's the big joke about some games that have been delayed for like the fourth or fifth time and stuff like that. But if it's not ready, it's not ready. You're going
Right,
to do
and I would-
your company, not the game. You're going to do your company irreparable damage. Kind of like
Yes.
Cyberpunk, with CD Projekt Red. Like, for their stock price like halved overnight, and their shareholders were like irate, and so they've had to do like years of like rehabilitation for their whole brand to like get back to some modicum of respectability. Daedalic aren't CD Projekt Red. They may never recover from this, like, ever.
No, which is sad because again, they're not a big gaming company to begin with, and so that's the other thing. Was like I could look at it and go, okay, well, you're not really the biggest name in the game, and like this was a big thing for you, and you kind of bit off more than you could chew. I could give them some credit somewhere, but again, like you said, if a game's not ready, a game's not ready, and I'd rather wait
Mustn't lose them.
for an extra 5 years for a game to be ready and actually be decent than just have it tossed out at us.
Yeah.
I hate this tunnel.
You want the right to make more games. Luminos, who made Forspoken, don't exist anymore because of how
That's
Forspoken was, you know, the situation
Yep.
with Forspoken. They literally do not exist. They were folded back into Square Enix. I don't know if these guys are under some kind of bigger company, but they may not exist after this. It's unfortunate, but developers tend to live game to game. Like they're not living still on the riches that they made from their point and clicks. If there's ever like a misfire of this magnitude, companies can just disappear overnight. So yeah, I mean, we'll have to follow it. We'll have to follow
Stay close
Daedalix.
to them, precious.
Oh, 100%.
What happens? Yeah.
Especially because I have other games by then. So,
You smell
yeah,
It's-
still, you're right. Quality,
It
not
says
speed.
hold for ambush. I held it, and I died. You've got to tap it. So that is incorrect.
It was like you jumped on and then suddenly let go.
Yeah, you got to tap it to stay on, but it says hold. So it's wrong. I wasn't wrong.
It just reminds me the whole like quality not speed thing just reminds me because I'm an avid reader and I am a big fan of a book called The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and it took this man like 10 years to write this book.
Yeah.
But it was worth the wait because it's one of the best books I've ever read. So it's like I would rather people take their time, and a year delay wasn't enough.
Is this like a George R.R. Martin situation as well?
Yeah.
Smetanol, so not tap either. Apparently not.
Oh,
Apparently the
so
game was just
right.
like, you are not allowed through here. This is the end of your experience. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Seems like you've got a good sense of humor as well. You'll do very well here. Restart from last checkpoint. How far are we going back?
Restart from last checkpoint is gonna. Oh, it's gonna take us all the way back.
Oh,
guys.
thankfully we're in the bush. I don't know what happened the first time.
Oh,
Not
weird.
sure what happened the first time. Where are we going?
All the rest is like, we're going back 20 minutes. Fucking hope not.
Right, so we did hold the first time. On my word, we tapped the second time. Let's try holding again and see if it was just fucked the first time.
You got this. Maybe it's because you didn't sneak up. Are you crawling on the ground when you do it?
Maybe I needed to go in the bush. Yeah.
You do that weird flatten into the ground. I don't know. But okay, well we've choked out an orc, a purple orc with a lion face.
Just to give Smetanol, I'm not sure when you came in, but we'll just give you a little close up. Everybody gets a close up when they come in.
Oh, that shading is bad for that. Made it so much worse.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Oh, ew, I hate when he like gets close. It looks like he's sniffing sniffing the fucking camera, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Well, I like want to bop him with a fucking newspaper. Like, nope.
Ring on. Ring off. Ring on. Ring off. Ring on.
We don't need a ring. We're able to be invisible whenever we want.
Oh god. He looked like he was wearing a high-vis jacket.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
And
is
again, just in
so-
case anybody didn't hear, the best review title is still Boil It, Mash It, Stick It in the Bin.
It's really great.
Yeah. Magic Matt, welcome in. God, it looks like you are being generous. Generous
Oh.
with PS3 graphics. We're talking about you know, there might be, I don't know how old you are, but there's a period that for me and Sai to remember between 10 and 20 years ago, where every time a big film would come out, they'd bring out these dog shit game tie-ins where they weren't, you never played as Neo, you'd play as like Neo's friend, or you wouldn't play as like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'd play as like some dude that he met once in a laundrette or something. You'd never play as the main guy, and they always had dog shit graphics, and they were just terrible gaming experiences. This feels like a throwback to the PS2 era.
We're giving this like PS2 tops.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not PS1 triangles and shapes, obviously, but it is barely scraping the bottom of the barrel PS2 graphics.
Yeah. We've been kind of but this is still like the first level, and we've been going for an hour and 18 minutes.
We can't even fucking get past the first level.
Right, I think, are we picking up a stone?
We're getting stoned. Great, I'm gonna need to after that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is something I did find out about before doing this. Who are we actually throwing? Oh, there you are. So you cannot see this. You cannot move your feet while you're aiming. So you can't strafe while you're aiming, which is something I like to do because I play a lot of Assassin's Creed.
Too strong and
Yes, so you can definitely join me in that. And it is a very budget game, but then they should have priced it on sale as a budget game. This should have been a $10 game, not a $60 game. Or, I believe, as Platt said, $45 on pre-order.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. If we're gonna call it a budget game, it has to be priced as a budget game. If it's gonna be priced as a AAA game, it's gotta live up to the standard.
PS2 Spider-Man was definitely better than this. I can believe. No,
Yeah.
I threw a rock at this guy. Nothing happened. Have I been not paying attention? Was I supposed to?
I don't know. Is it like because it's above? Are you serious right now? Also, random bats. I don't know if there are. What in the fuck is going on? Oh, okay. Oh no, that's. Also, I love the fact that he's not even like touching or near you, and it just says game over. Like, he turned around, and it was just like game over. He saw you.
Yeah.
Like, you existed in his space. How dare? Like, what the fuck was that?
What am I meant to be doing right now? Are
We're back.
these guys paying any
Because-
attention to me?
I don't know.
Hello?
stay close to them, precious.
Oh, well, yeah, but Australia always gets fucked for game prices. You guys always pay the highest price, I swear.
Yeah, Magic Matt. This is one of the great things about this game. They've got these stealth sections, and if you get found, it doesn't become combat. For instance, like in Assassin's Creed, it's just game over. It's not like you just respawn
There's
or
not
anything.
even,
It will
like,
say
an
game
animation
over.
either for like them hitting you in the head or anything. Although we did get one animation where we got punched in the face,
Yeah.
sort of.
There you go. You've been discovered. Game over.
There we go.
This is genuine like PS2 stuff. It really is. It's
you know
wild.
what? It said game over before he shoved that plastic club thing up your ass. So you know,
Yeah.
it's just we didn't want to show that.
Oh, this is because I know why it happened last time, because these two didn't start walking last time. For whatever reason, they chose not to do the thing that they're meant to do. I'm meant to attack this guy, aren't I? They just held their line back there for no fucking reason.
Bro, what the fuck? Good stealth games are rare. Dishonored, I believe, is one of them.
Why does it say throttle him as well? It's so weird.
Yeah, like, we clearly know. Like, even if you...
Wants to light fires us, does it?
even if you were
The oak.
even if they tried to go, like we did that for deaf people, like I'm pretty sure someone who's deaf would know what strangulation looks like.
Right, let's try and distract him.
Stay away, my dear. Just hit the lantern. Hit the light.
Hit the lantern, oh, okay.
Somewhere close.
Oh, well, Zoe was right. He was wearing a helmet, and apparently helmets are a no-go.
What?
So are they taking...
Oh, is he blind now all of a sudden? Jesus Christ.
Oh, no way. Also, are you serious right now? No. Pause the game. I hold the motherfucking phone.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It wasn't even like, oh my,
There was no combat.
that was, and there, I can get behind the no combat thing in the sense that Gollum is not a fighter.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
a sneaker, but like, we didn't even like what it would have been so much cooler if we had turned the lights off and he had gone blind, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense for an orc.
But we sneak past him.
necessarily. But we could they could have given us the option to sneak past him.
Mm.
They could have given us the option to sneak up and have us shove him off of the little ledge.
Mm.
There's a million other options they could have given instead of here's a cutscene. You throw one singular rock. You turn off this little lantern thing, and dude just trips and falls.
Mm.
Like, I know orcs are not the smartest beings in a fantasy realms all of the time, but they're not that stupid.
Yeah.
And they're not purple.
Yeah, I get the
I'm
feeling.
really hung up on that purple thing. It's really pissing me off.
I get the feeling this is going to be so linear in a world where we're getting games where they give you the option to. I mean, this was never going to be like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but it's becoming more commonplace for you to actually be able to do things the way you want to do them. In Valhalla, you can stealth people, you can literally run in like all guns blazing. And this is going to be, oh, you'll do it this way, or you'll just be here for 10 hours trying to do it another way, but we won't let you do it any other way.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, too, like we were talking about Telltale games.
Yeah.
In Telltale games, yes, you have like a linear line. You just kind of go down the story. You still have obviously like options for the way you react or talk. But even in that, like, you know that it's not an open world. You know that you're not going to get a ton of like directions to go in. But this just feels like it's just like pigeonholed you.
It's on rails.
Into, where it's like I'm literally just watching the story happen and interacting. You know what? That makes sense for them, though. They're point-and-click game makers.
Yeah.
Trying to make a not point-and-click game, but giving us the vibes of a point-and-click game because it's an interactive story.
Yeah.
At this point. Holy shit, it's all starting to make sense.
It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
I wish it would come undone. Undo, redo.
Oh, hello. Hello.
That is not meant to be Sheila. Please tell me that's not meant to be Sheila. Please, please tell me that's not meant to be... Y'all know I have bad arachnophobia. Like, I'm terrified of spiders. That didn't even look like a spider. It looked like a giant beetle.
Hmm. Does that make it any better?
Also, wait. Oh, I wish we could go backwards. Why did Mount Doom look like it was drawn by kindergartners?
It might well have been.
Too much shellac. He's not a vampire. He doesn't burn in the sun.
They will find us. The beetle saw us. Smash it. Smash it.
Wait, is
What
that
if
meant
it's
to be
free? Eat it.
Eye of Sauron?
Telling us.
Look at that. Oh, okay. I'll let the chat decide. Can we, Bastet, could you show the two yay and nay buttons for this, like we do when we play.
Oh, please, yes.
Tolkien must be turning in his grave.
This poor man.
Jeez, look at the background. Look at the rock in the way of the volcano. This is something they talked about in the review as well. We can't see the fucking volcano erupting because
Also,
of the rocks in the way.
Not even just that, but like the lava or whatever is behind it doesn't look graphically good at all.
No.
And then, on top of that, if that's meant to be Sauron's tower, like with the eye, it literally looks like a Hollywood spotlight with a red light bulb. Like, there's no detail, there's no texture.
This feels like a Wes Anderson telling of the Lord of the Rings.
I hate it. I hate it.
Right, which way would you go, Si? Just out of curiosity. I think we've got pretty much universal
the option,
Smeagol.
Yay for the left and nay for right.
You can just tell
I
me.
mean, for me, I would 100% go with keep watching just to see what the fuck happens at this point.
Yeah. From
Like,
what we've seen so far, do we think the game will say, oh, we thought you were going to go with Gollum, so we're just going to not let you keep watching?
Yeah, like, I'm curious if we keep watching, if it's going to force us to hide.
Little wants us no harm, does it? Could be a spy.
Now
could be.
convince Gollum. What?
Okay, this is some kind of mini game. Oh, this is a great close-up. Look at him. There's our boy up there.
I'm sorry. Are we about to have, like, a inner monologue? It's so bad, guys. Look at the hair is so bad.
He's had
We're having
Backstreet hair plugs fitted by some real cheap
hair plug.
real cheap doctor down some fucking back alley.
He couldn't afford to get hair extensions put in, so he just stuck them to his head with tape or glue.
Yeah. Convince Gollum that there is no danger. Beetle is harmless because careless, doesn't look evil, observing, just looks for pollen. So we're gonna go careless, yay, observing, nay. Looks like pubes, says Matty Boy. Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Also, it also just pisses me off that, like, and the other thing, not just the color of the eyes, now that I'm really getting to look at him, it's not even just the color of the eyes, it's the fact that he's got, like, these tiny little retinas and pupils inside this giant white space of an eyeball.
Yeah.
And in every other form of it, his eye wouldn't be still that small living in a dark cave for 500 fucking years.
Mm.
That's the reason he has the big eyes.
Yeah. So it looks like everybody's going for observing. So what do we think about that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Oh, do I hold it down? Okay.
Beetle just
The
wants to eat
fact-
pollen, perhaps. Pollen. Yes, it hasn't been
This
following
is
us,
a
has
damn
it?
mess.
It likes us. Look.
Look. Smeagol won the argument.
Great. Cool. I'm so glad. But now what's gonna happen? Are we gonna die because we chose Smeagol over Gollum? So I looked this up, Gilgamesh. This literally is linearly happening with Fellowship of the Ring. It's just Gollum's point of view instead of fucking Frodo's point of view.
Do you know what I'm thinking about? I watched Hot Fuzz a few days ago, and they did this retelling of Romeo and Juliet. And then Romeo and Juliet, I think, die, and then all the characters come out and start singing like love me, say that you love me" or something, like doing like the can or something. I'm just imagining Smeagol like falls off, and the game's like the end, and all the characters come out and start doing like this dance number or something.
I just picture like it's like a Monty Python type of thing where they all just come out and start doing like the can.
Yeah, singing like "I am the one and only" or something, like for one ring to rule them all. Oh god, some guy like dressed as a ring, just like a massive 6-foot ring.
He's just like a mascot. He's got like a smile on the front of it just so it looks more friendly.
Yeah, and something accidentally
the one
bumps into it.
ring
It
to
rolls
rule
down
them
the fucking
all.
cliff towards Mount Doom. Oh god.
So this is you know how during your AMA it was like if there was a movie you could turn into a musical.
Yeah.
Mine is if you could pick one movie or whatever series and one character is a real human and the rest of them are all puppets. Lord of the Rings is what I would choose.
Oh god, right, that's a
I
really
don't
good
know
one.
who I would choose to be the one person, like the one real person, but to see like all of these guys as puppets, like Muppet puppets, would be so fucking funny.
Yeah. I think I've not seen the whole film, but isn't there like a recent Muppets film where Ricky Gervais is in it as like the only human pretty much?
Oh god, if there is, I need to see it. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it's
love
called.
Ricky
I think it
Gervais.
might be Muppets Most Wanted because I'm a huge
Oh,
Ricky Gervais fan. I think
I
he's
am too.
practically the only human in it. Oh god.
I yeah, it just. But yeah, this gives me this is just at
Oh
this
my
point this
god.
is a
Sorry.
joke.
Smetanol says, and then they show how the ring mascot is making lava angels, but it's tomato sauce representing the lava.
I just like the idea, and
Just
he's
like-
got like arms, like the white gloved arms. I just like him coming out and being like, "Hi guys, I'm the one ring to rule them all." Like,
Oh god. This is brilliant.
God.
This is my favorite thing ever. So I
We're
need you to come
geniuses.
back tomorrow if you can. Oh
Oh
god.
yeah, I can. I like I said, I don't stream until 2, and I'm streaming more Epic Chef, so I'll probably even be high for tomorrow.
Nice. So you're streaming in about half an hour from now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I might not go too much longer after you leave, because yeah, this can be our little project that we do together, which
This
would be
is
great.
just so good.
Oh god.
I did not expect this to be.
Interesting, Galdamesh. Yeah, I like that. Tim Curry is an absolute genius as well.
Tim Curry is an absolute legend. I love Tim Curry. I love
Oh,
him.
hello. We were seen.
Are we gonna get eaten? That is the worst looking. It's technically not a dragon, it's a wyvern. Or a wyvern, depending on how you want to say it, but we're gonna get eaten.
Oh, could I, Zoe? Would you better find a clip of that Romeo and Juliet section, because I need to have it on the on the Discord just so I can look at it after this.
Yes, please.
And
very good.
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are there both obviously in the front row as like police, and they just like their reaction to the fucking song and dance number at the end. It's so good. Oh god. We're curious, Klebism. Sorry, can you let me know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly? I like to do my best. Klebism. Oh, I seem to be dying.
Why is he like? Why? Why are you dying? No, you're literally just stood on a rock, so we've been injured. Watch for food.
We're
items?
curious, Klebism, whether they have the full rights or whether they've got like partial rights or something.
They definitely don't have full rights. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, and I'm not even like, when was the Lord of the Rings written? Because there's that 100 years thing as well, isn't there? But I think it's not 100 years yet, surely.
The books.
If you could just stick it in like media, in the Discord, that'd be perfect. Because right after this, I'm gonna watch it. Maybe Sai can watch it too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Are you asking when the books were written?
Yeah.
Or the
Wonder if it was the
movies?
100 years, because I think Winnie the Pooh was 100 years, made 100 years ago. That's why we're getting films like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
God.
And then so he says it's 70
So-
years after the creator dies as well. So is it either or?
Okay. So the first of Tolkien's work was it 1954?
Okay. So we got
I
plenty
think
of
the
time.
first
Yeah.
book came out in 1954.
Yeah, because Winnie the Pooh, I think, is 100 years old. And so they just made that horror film recently called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I don't know if anybody's heard of it.
I've heard of it. It makes me concerned.
Yeah, and because that was 100 years after Winnie the Pooh was written. So I wondered if this might be something to do with like 100 years since the first Lord of the Rings came out, but it's not, obviously. Because
Yeah,
then
like, he
anybody
wrote 'em
can
in
take
the
the...
late 30s.
Yeah,
and then they
anybody
didn't
can
get
take the
published till
rights at that
50s.
point after 100 years. Just media would be great, Zoe. Thank you.
I just want like someone who's a true fan. Because I think part of it too is that game companies want to do these franchises, but they're you kind of do have to actually be a fan of the thing you're creating, because I feel like you put more heart and effort into it.
Yeah, I think even if it's not necessarily that, it might be you've got to have like a healthy respect for it. And I
Yes.
honestly wonder whether, like, did they really, when this was done, think, when this went gold, did they think, you know what, guys, they all kind of got into the room together, tear in one of their eyes, like looking around, you know what, guys, we've grown together in this project. And guess what? I think we did it. And they'll put their hands in like friends forever. And just
Yeah,
thinking
like,
this is the
"Go
fucking best.
team!"
Yeah. They think it's,
Like-
they might actually think this is good, which is truly problematic.
Concerning. Yeah, it is. It's very problematic. Like, again, I've already streamed a couple of their games in the past. Like Deponia, again, great, very funny. Sort of like I don't know if you guys remember this. I'm probably dating myself here, but old school kid PC games growing up, like Freddy Fish and Pajama Sam and all that. Like, you kind of have to do puzzles with point and click.
Yeah.
That's basically what Deponia is, just an adult version of it, and it's fucking fantastic. It's very funny. So I wonder if they've had like these hit indie games that they've done and been like, you know what, I really think we can take on something big.
Yeah.
Because they might actually genuinely think this is like the greatest thing they've ever done, but Deponia is very fun, Zoe. I got stuck a couple of times, and I probably won't stream it again because it's definitely not a. I thought it would work better, but it's slow because it's, again, like a hidden object game a little bit. But it's very fun. But yeah, I wonder. Also, what is floating in the air? Is that like the trail of?
I wonder if
Where to
it's
go?
like, if people played Ghost of Tsushima, where you basically, the wind will tell you the way you've got to go for the next quest point.
That makes no sense for this game, though.
No. So I think this means we're going the right way, but yeah.
Yeah, some interest. Yeah, let's just put a couple of glowing squigglies every couple of feet.
Yeah. So could you, can somebody shout out Sai? I think Matty Boy would like to follow Sai.
It's bad, Platinum Wolf. It's bad. It's real bad.
Platinum Wolf, we're playing it so that you don't have to.
Don't waste your money.
Me and my Tolkien expert here are just basically picking it apart right now. Well, this is still the first level, I think. We've spent an hour and 39 minutes basically just stopping constantly, seeing what there is to be seen. I must be going the wrong way because this little orange thing we've gone now.
Part of me also wonders if they like did this and were like, you know, oh, if we make it so bad that it'll, even if it's like a 5-hour-long game, if we make it so bad, maybe, just maybe, they won't actually get anywhere, and like if they spend all their time ripping the game apart, they'll think that they played like a really long game.
Oh, hello. Who's this?
Tetra! Oh, wait, who's this supposed to be?
So I mean, ultimately we're going through and we're on the first level and we're basically picking it apart. We're not finding anything that we're particularly happy with. I'm here with a Tolkien
not excited
expert.
about it. I will say this. I could say that this was an okay game. Again, if it was marketed as a budget game.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's marketed as an expensive, higher end game.
Yeah.
And that's the hang-up. Don't expect people to pay $60 for a game that is a PS2 level.
Yeah. Mendovo, thank you for the raid. How was your stream, my friend? Welcome in. Dietrich, sorry, I don't know if you sent a reply, but I hope you're having an okay day. Hope you're well. We appreciate you. I think we just found a new friend.
Oh, it's
Meta Gaming, thank you for the follow.
Above all else, desire power. I don't have an obsession with the Lord of the Rings.
So for I just want to make it very clear. So I think standard like AAA new games are released in the UK between £59.99 and £69.99. This was released at £45 on Amazon, and the day I got it, I got an email from them saying, "Guess what? You've saved £5 because on the day of release, it's dropped down to £40." So we are very much getting into the territory where this is being marketed no longer as a high-end game. It's kind of in that mid-range at the moment. But even so, I think I'm going to play this with Sai today, play this with Sai tomorrow. At the end of tomorrow, we'll probably make a decision as a community if we want me to continue to ironically play this, or maybe move on to something else. But yeah, I'm scheduled to play it Monday, Tuesday, Friday. But we might end up sending it back. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like today is definitely a mess around, get wherever we get, and then tomorrow will be like, all right, let's actually go through the story and see if the story is any bit of a saving grace.
Yeah. But I do appreciate you for the follow, Metagaming HD and Klebism as well. Thank you. There is a Discord if you'd like to join. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 6 p.m. GMT, 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining. Oh, we're back with Gandalf?
No, not Gandalf. Wizard. We're
A
back
wizard.
with Wizard.
We're back with
Because
Wizard.
we
Generic
couldn't
Wizard
afford
number
Gandalf.
3.
Who the fuck is that? Why the fuck is she stroking a table?
They brought you to him, didn't they?
Didn't they?
The Dark Lord.
Oh my god.
What did you tell him?
What did you tell him,
Did
boy?
you tell Sauron? A ring.
No, that I would say was that's a good price.
13-hour game, no breaks. So for people who want to know, the recent DLC for Horizon Forbidden West, which obviously looks as absolutely sensational, was 15 quid, and it took me about 13 hours. I took the scenic route, but that was 15 quid for 13 hours, and it was a DLC.
That would mean that this gets dropped down to 7.
Yeah, so that's a way to look at it, and obviously the graphics that went into that are just make this look like the fucking, like shit smeared on a wall by comparison.
Yeah, mad scientist lab.
It is Matty Boy,
Like
yeah.
crazy. Yeah, that's no, it's not
A wizard,
it's not
sorry.
Gandalf,
No.
it's Wizard.
Yeah, let's make this very clear, Matty Boy. Not Gandalf. They referred to him as Gandalf
Wizard.
one time, and now he's just called Wizard in all of the little bits at the bottom.
Don't tell them, precious.
Oh, so
Baggins took it from the Shire.
So he knows.
See, Wizard. Can you see that? It says Wizard when he talks. Which is fucking weird, isn't it? Can we all agree? It's super fucking weird.
like that's not. The Eye of Sauron doesn't have any actual it's just a red glowing thing. You right?
He's been referred to as Gandalf once, but I think he spoke to. I think the Dwarven King called him Gandalf within the same little area that Gollum was in. I mean, it's fair that he may not have heard him, but if we know it's Gandalf and the subtitles for our benefit, I don't know why they wouldn't put Gandalf down
the
there. But
subtitles
that's
aren't
just
for Gollum's benefit, guys. Gollum's not reading the subtitles. Like, who's this, the wizard?
yeah. I mean, that maybe we're splitting hairs here, but I just find it weird.
Also, I don't like that the orcs are starting to remind me slightly of like Kung Fu Panda.
Don't lose
Probably
it.
that guy just wants to kill me. character on a Kung Fu Panda.
Chapter 2, the maggots.
Wow, we made it through an entire level.
I can tell you one thing, we'll beat it not as quick as 13 hours. Take your slave tag. Jesus.
It's your number 4. Lay down.
Can you see the thing on the right? It's really struggling. Oh, it's...
How?
Talk to Cruel Orc.
Gonna talk again.
I mean,
No, quiet. Yes, very quiet.
Due to copyright issues, that's why they look different. I
yeah,
believe
we
it.
knew they didn't have a full license. There's no fucking way they had a full license for this.
Down and be quiet.
If I remember correctly, it took a lot for Peter Jackson to get the fucking rights to do a film
Yeah.
on this, let alone a game.
Talk to Frail Man.
Please.
That frail man has got
Snippet
anime
doesn't
hair
know
going on. That
thing.
ponytail is defying gravity.
Thin old man must tell them.
Be
It
quiet.
looks like clothing in an Ubisoft game.
It does. It's very stiff.
Talk to Sick Man.
Nice men will help us, yes?
This is weird.
Yeah.
Also, it's just, and I know we're gonna probably get into the story more tomorrow, but like, so far, it's not a crazy engaging story. Like, again, if you go into this as a fan of The Lord of the Rings, knowing that this is set at the same timeline as the Fellowship is happening and all of the other interesting bits of the actual story are happening, the only thing that we're seeing here is him waiting to be tortured, and then he gets out, however he gets out, like apparently we're supposed to figure that out now, and then tracking Frodo, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but also it's 2023 and the video game levels are kind of up there.
Yeah. I think just in general it feels very dated. But I can't really speak to the Tolkien of it all. But if you're saying even from that perspective, they've not. Can you imagine if they had like if they'd researched it to the nth degree, like every aspect of Tolkien, and the story was magnificent. It looked like dog shit. It played like dog shit. There were graphical glitches and errors throughout, but the story was bang
Yes.
on. It's
If
there's
this-
something there, isn't there?
Yeah, I could 100%, if the story was fucking fantastic, I could look past other issues because I would be so engaged in being like, you know what? It needs work, but the story's great. But so far I haven't seen anything that's like, well, the story's great and the graphics are great, or the story's not great but the graphics are, there's no balance.
Yeah. Like
Also,
yeah.
Metagaming said this is a stoner game. I'm a stoner. This is not a stoner game. Unless you want to have a bad trip and nightmares.
Yeah, like I'm
No.
not a Star Wars fan, but like I've played Fallen. Was it like Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor?
Those graphically were amazing. Stories seemed good.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, and again, I don't know like Star Wars lore, but I'm playing it, and people are like, "Oh, that happened. Oh, this is Order 66. Oh, this is that. This is that." Like, even if they played like dog shit and they look like dog shit, it seems like they've
The
really
people were
got the
still
story
engaged.
nailed down in
Yeah.
those games, and they really connect into all the like the lore of Star Wars, and they would actually be considered like canon, like they connect with everything, like the films and the books
See,
and whatever.
And I feel like Star Wars has always had a track. I'm not super into Star Wars, but I do love Star Wars as well. Just, I mean, not nearly as much as I lean more fantasy than sci-fi, but
Yeah.
Star Wars games, for the most part, have a great track record with the stories being really well done, and including characters that have, over the time period of Star Wars existing, getting created and being canon and doing them well enough that people really engage with it. I haven't played all the Lord of the Rings games that have ever come out, but I really don't think that the Lord of the Rings games have ever had one that was like, holy shit, this is the Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah.
I think the closest we maybe ever came to that was Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because there are so many fantasy genre video games already that it's not necessarily needed for there to be Lord of the Rings games. But yeah, I definitely feel like majority of Lord of the Rings games have gotten the short end of the stick, and I really think this one is also getting the short end of the stick.
I feel like as well, there are a lot of games trying to get into this genre. Like you said, there was a lot of games in this kind of fantasy genre. But you feel like with the Lord of the Rings name attached to it, they'd have to do like half the work because they've already got such brand awareness. And so
Yeah, that's the other thing. You don't have to do as much because it's already such a huge fan base.
Yeah.
You just had to put in the effort, and it just doesn't feel like they put in the effort. I don't know how either of us feel about the whole choosing between Smeagol and Gollum thing. It feels kind of like a tie into the fact that Daedalic is very much an indie story-driven choices game thing, which I could appreciate if this was an entire story-based game. And we kind of covered that at the beginning of the stream.
I feel like if it had any actual lasting impact on the story, I'd be more interested. But I know,
Yeah.
I just feel like I know that it's not going to. We've recently played the first 3 Dark Pictures anthology games where decisions do mean things, and so from everything else this game is telling me, it will give you the illusion of free will, or the illusion of choice, and maybe there's a trophy like make all the Gollum decisions in the game, make all the Smeagol decisions in the game. I'll have to maybe come back because ultimately the Platinum Lounge I play through to Platinum.
Right.
You will have to see near the end. Okay, cool. But yeah, I don't feel compelled to really explore that too much. I'm going to keep metagaming. I really appreciate you not wanting to spoil. I love that. Thank you for that mentality. But I think what I'm going to keep doing is give people the choice. I'm going to keep giving it to chat to choose.
100%.
You know, and you can do with it as you will. But couldn't really give 2 shits at the moment.
Yeah, because I don't think either of us are like dedicated to this game, or like this isn't a game that we like went into going, we want to play this and we're so excited. This was very much a
morbid curiosity. Morbid curiosity.
Curiosity is a great way to put it. 100%. So y'all can make the decisions, and we're just gonna have fun with it. And again, if Platt keeps playing this, it's probably more than anything gonna be to platinum it. Like, it's not, if that's even possible.
Yeah.
I will do.
But yeah, thank you all for being here, sharing this moment with us. I think I missed the comment about me streaming Monday through Friday. Matty boy, this is as close to a job as I have. So that's, yeah. Go to the mustering yard. Okay.
I don't even know if I like the way he moves.
Oh, I can't jump. I was about to jump at that person. I can't jump.
Oh, we're way too defeated at this point.
Report to the Beastmaster.
Gollum is inherently a coward.
Cruel woman. Orc captain.
Why are all of the other orcs so
What does it mean?
beastly, and suddenly there's like some beautiful...
Smeagol will find it.
What?
Find what?
Oh God, I'm trying to give you guys a close-up of some of these character models. What do we think about this? I mean, tell me that's not a PlayStation 2 looking.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, also, who the fuck is she is a good question, because there is definitely not, in lore, a like, overly attractive female orc in robes. Not even.
I can't get closer, unfortunately.
Stand back, Scotty.
It's probably as,
I
as
mean,
good as we're gonna get.
I guess I give them some props of like having what looks like a variety of character models for the orcs.
Mm.
Bobble.
Sure. I mean, I get that. Like, that's also. I don't think they would just have human. I just have a lot of, and I'm very open when it comes to like Lord of the Rings things. You know, a lot of people get up in arms with fandoms. You know, especially with things like the Rings of Power coming out on Amazon. You know, there's a lot of gatekeeping that tends to be happening.
Oh, we can jump now.
And whoa, we've got our spark back.
I got my
Happy
second
again.
wind. I got my second wind. Right, should we go down into that?
Yeah, I got my second one back. Jump into the lava.
Welcome to Mordor trophy. Die
Why
for
should
the
I be
first
at the
time
lava?
in a battered
We're not
door.
We don't even sink into the actual lava.
Matty
yeah,
boy,
we're
can I
gonna
just
go
quickly say, the Discord community that we have is basically almost exclusively people with mental and physical health
Yes.
issues. For me personally, it's physical health issues. I know I won't, I know Sai's, I don't want to put words in Sai's mouth, but I know Sai has issues also.
Mental and physical. It's the community built here around what's called the We Come in Peace network is all for making sure that there is a safe place for people to go who struggle with whether it's mental, physical, whatever the case may be. The community being built is all about you feeling like you have a comfortable place to sit, escape for a bit, and have a community to go to if you are struggling and need to talk about things. We're not professionals by any means, but we are not just Platt and I, but Zoe and everybody else that's a part of this group that you'll meet over time if you join the Discord and watch everybody's streams. Caring. It's just a bunch of really caring individuals who their goals are basically to make everyone else feel safe enough to have a space to exist in.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, by all means, jump in. We've got gaming nights, film nights, pub nights in the Discord. Something for everyone to get involved with, really. So.
And it's 100% no pressure zone too. Never feel pressured to have to talk in a VC or jump into anything unless you're comfortable and you feel ready to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, that was that. I'm not great at games, guys, but sometimes I'm good at words. Unless I'm not, and then I'm really not. Because yesterday I said I was trying to say the word slept, and I said I once slept.
Oh, that was my favorite clip of yours that you submitted. I'm looking forward to seeing that many more times. And then you were like, okay, you stopped laughing. So I slept, and you said it again.
Fucking. Oh, it was so hard. I literally had to give myself a pep talk, like, all right, brain, I know. You and Portals will not let the little lizard know. That's the other thing, like, too, because, I have verbal dyslexia, but I'm okay with, like, people poking fun at it because it's fucking funny. The shit that I say? Is that blood on the walls? Or paint? I can't tell if that's meant to be paint or blood.
Yeah, somebody painted the town red.
Cruel men.
Look at it.
What has Smeagol ever done to
It
them?
just looks like it. Ew. Why is it moving?
It's like The Shining. The walls are running with blood.
What the? No, it doesn't even look like it's like run.
It's like oozing. It's just yeah, it's weird. Oh, it's actually it's going sideways as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not even like dripping down. It's like, what the fuck?
Dynamic paint, says Smetanol. I think you might be right.
Absolutely not.
Mordor is a cool ass place. Yeah, they've got all the latest technology when it comes to paint.
Oh fuck. Yeah, Mordor is up and up on the interior decorating, guys.
Yeah, there's been some gentrification in Mordor, and it's just looking real nice right these days.
Understand?
This way.
Oh god.
Follow
Look
the
at
friend.
his beard. Look at the way his beard just was like jutting out perfectly stiff. I can't. I can't fucking can't. Oh, I love it. Holy shit, we're playing Leapfrog with the orcs.
Hey, Grashnik. I didn't catch your name.
Do we
I
want?
would have.
Do we want to answer as
rather
Gollum or
seen you
Smeagol? We've got an option right now. What do we think, chat?
Oh, put it up to chat, yeah.
Yeah. Gollum left, Smeagol right. So Zoe says nay. Yeah, use the yays and the nays if you like, or you can just say it, I guess, because it's
Yep.
with this
Nay
is
is
kind of a bit more
right.
informal than the Dark Pictures nights. I think we've got two for right, so we'll go with that Smeagol.
Alright, Smeagol again.
Smeagol.
I think at this point we're just kind of testing
You're
how
going to die
much we
down
can
here.
push the fact that
My advice.
because
make your
in the
death
first
count.
book,
Not to get the
in the
Morlocks
first
back into their
film,
dens.
Look at this guy
Fast as you
walking
can.
though.
Smeagol was
Villagers
not
die if you're
very
slow.
prominent. It was
beasts.
definitely
If they
all
run at you,
Gollum
fight and
Yeah.
cover.
up until
Get to high
later
ground if you
into
can.
it.
They don't have the best
So,
eyes.
The fact
Open
that
the
we're getting
pens
to
and lure
argue
them in
between
there.
them
Then quickly
now
close
is
the gates.
interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, this dude's walk is very.
All right. I
He really
will
wants
help
to get
you.
to where he's going, the torture chamber. Somebody's
Oh,
got a kink,
it's
and we
nipple
don't
clamp
kink
night
shame.
down at the torture chamber, Sly.
Oh my god! Same brain. All
It's
of us
car
is
battery to the
fucking
testicles night down at the torture chamber. Me first, please. Please, me first.
But we can make some strings out of the parts.
Oh, Gollum's in there like, or Smeagol's in there like,
Please, I want some more.
More? More?
like-
Sure, yeah,
he's
you can
like-
have all the fucking... Yeah.
he's, they're strapping him in, and he's like, my precious.
Oh, God.
More precious, more.
Oh, my God.
First things first. The slaves chase the cattle. The cattle chases the slaves.
Oh, my God. I feel weak.
If you're careless, you'll be trampled.
Oh,
What is that?
Put them into the pen, and
What
then quickly
is
shut the
that?
oh, God.
gate. Those beasts love to break the levers. That's why there's another one on top.
That is, if that's meant to be a warg, I have issues.
Now down on the
Me
other
and my
side.
walk, we've got
Carefully.
issues.
Now run to the bank.
I just fucking nearly
it-
killed myself jumping down. Can confirm. Lots of fall damage. Can confirm.
Yeah, definitely all fall damage.
Yeah. Just joined Discord and sub to your YouTube. Talking helps a lot. Therapy was the best thing I've done. Yeah. Can confirm. Like I said, none of us, like Sai said, excuse me, none of us are professionals, but we've got that hive mind of shared experience, which
Yep.
really helps sometimes. There's a mental health check-in and a rant page, Matty, so you might want to get check in where those two.
And
Check in with
therapy
those
is
two pages are.
Definitely an amazing thing to do if you guys haven't done that for yourselves or you're unable to do that for yourselves. We're kind of like a makeshift therapy without the actual like professional therapy. So
Hyena
your
goats.
best.
Okay,
I
so how am
don't-
I killing this thing?
I don't know if we can kill it. It showed that like thing, so maybe we're supposed to close the gate on it.
Hmm.
But no fucking clue.
How do I grab this? Oh god.
Also,
I'm under the
uh-oh.
map. I'm under the map.
Oh no!
There we go.
Okay, well. I just love that we can fucking leapfrog out of places. I just love
Doing, doing, doing,
fucking mad
doing.
hops.
Where did
I
the where
wish-
did the beast go?
I don't know.
Where is the creature?
It's gone. It just left. It was like, yeah, you know what? I think it's my day off today.
He was so scared of us, he just ran. Oh, there he is.
I mean, honestly, if that version of Gollum walked up on me, I'd be scared too.
I think we use him to break things down, which can we all agree is like a 20-year-old mechanic at least.
Yeah. Also, the loving the weird water feature of the water coming up when things break.
Where is he?
This is so 2002.
Look at that. I mean, I shouldn't compare everything to Horizon Forbidden West because it's a ridiculous thing to do. But
unfair.
yeah.
But at the same time, we are in an era where that is sort of the level of some games.
Yeah.
Also, I love that he
Well
just
done on the other
completely
side.
slumped
Careful.
over and just.
Yeah, like I'm playing this on PlayStation 5, and I feel like it shouldn't have been. There should be like a gatekeeper at Sony saying, "Stick it on the PlayStation 4." I think we're, you know,
Yeah.
this is probably like the PS5 is probably using like a 1% of its power to run this. Like I'm listening to my console right now, and it's silent. When it plays Hitman, World of Assassination, there is like a hum. It's like, yeah. This is, we're having to work a bit here. My PS5 is fucking silent right now.
Yeah,
Silent
your
as the
PS5
grave.
is probably like, so were we gonna play a game or were you just gonna turn me on today? Although to be fair, I feel like the PS5 is turned off, not on right now.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Yeah,
I don't think
it's
anyone is turned on by this.
the word we're wanting is flaccid.
Get his attention.
It is flaccid and or dry right now.
Yeah, flaccid and or dry.